Welcome back to Wrestling with Horror. My name is Andrew Dreamer, and today I'm going to guide us through the remembrance, the celebration of life for Dewey Riley. Let's get going. Alright, we are 1 week out from the release of Scream 6. I am getting really excited, and that means that there is only one more film to review before the release of the new one, and that is Scream 2022, the requel, the second requel of the series, really. But it is the requel, it is the reboot, if you want to call it that. Not really a remake, because the same characters are in it. We got legacy characters returning. We've got one of the biggest gut punches of the entire series, if not the biggest gut punch of the entire series. So, let's just jump right in. Now, this one's probably going to be a little bit different. Not really going to go through the entire plot. I'm just going to kind of give a quick rundown and then talk about my feelings on some of the big moments, and we'll go from there. So obviously, this new film follows Sam and Tara, two sisters living in Woodsboro. When one of them is attacked, the other one has to come home. And we learn that she is having some psychotic tendencies, but not the urge to kill, really. More of just seeing her dead father as a ghost. And who is her father? Well, of course, it's Billy Loomis. Why wouldn't it be? Why would we want something different? Why would we not want the return of this character? Well, originally I didn't think it made sense, but now the more that I've seen the movie, it makes sense to me, and I think it's actually a pretty good choice. And of course, it's awesome to see Skeet Ulrich back in the franchise. I love him as an actor. I've been a fan of his in a lot of things. His TV show Jericho did not get enough love, and it should not have been canceled. I will stand on that, and I will die on that hill. So, of course, when Tara's sister Sam comes back into town, she brings her boyfriend Richie with her, played by Jack Quaid, who is just phenomenal in the role that he's given here. We got a lot of other well-known actors in here. We got our legacy characters coming back, and now we got everybody together. We have an attack on Tara, but she doesn't die in that opening scene, which is the first time that has happened in the franchise, which is something different. It's a nice touch to add something like that. But now we've got everybody here together. We got the attack. We know that Ghostface is lurking around, but we don't know who it is. You've got red herring after red herring. You don't know why this character doesn't want to be in the group, why they're going to go off by themselves, why this character's acting like a jerk and acting like he wants to kill somebody all the time, only for him to be killed 5 minutes later without really even establishing himself as anything more than just a quick red herring. But of course, you got to tie him to another legacy character in some way, because he is Stu Macher's nephew. The sister of Stu Macher has this man as her son. Everybody's got to be related. The twins are related to Randy. They're his niece and nephew. And you've got Randy's sister coming back. You've got Sidney, Dewey, and Gale all making their return to the series. Sidney doesn't really show up until about halfway through the film, which is fine. I think that they did a fantastic job introducing these new characters in this new Woodsboro to us. I really like what this pair of directors did with this franchise, what they did to honor Wes Craven. I think they really did honor Wes with what they're doing. And obviously I'm kind of running through the positives right now, and that's fine. I'll get to the negative things in just a minute. But now, after you've got all these people getting killed, you've got this empty hospital scene, which is kind of just a cliche in horror at this point, but that's okay, because we're in a Scream movie, and cliches don't matter. It's all meta, it's all great. Let's keep it going. During this empty hospital scene is when we get the moment. The biggest gut punch, kick dirt in your face, emotional moment of the entire franchise. Now, we've seen it 2 other times in the franchise where you think that Dewey is dead. But here, there is a brutality, a sense of finality to the way that he's killed. The stab in the stomach, and then in the back with the knife being drug up through his spine, and It's brutal, it's gory, and the way that he falls to the floor and the blood pouring out, it's just the emotions that I felt the first time I saw that scene are just something that I never expected to feel during a film like this. I've never felt that way before. I can't even describe that particular emotion. It was, I guess you could call it some sort of devastation, of sadness, and I don't know. It was just, it hit me really hard that Dewey was dead. Gale running up to the hospital after just seeing him being stretchered out under the sheets, and it just, that broke me even more, and it was really hard to watch. I had a lump in my throat, there were water coming out of my eyes. It was an emotional time for me. I think it was executed very well. I think that you had to kind of up the stakes in this movie. Let us know that somebody can die, that one of these legacy characters, one of the main characters, can die at any time. And it accomplished what it was trying to do with that. And then, of course, we get to the third act, which, of course, is going to take place at Stu Macher's old house. And we get our killer reveals, where it is Amber, the person who owns Stu's house now and is Tara's friend, and seemed pretty shady the whole time. And who is our other killer? Well, it's the boyfriend. Because why wouldn't it be? We're doing the same thing as the original Scream, right? In that regard. Dewey even said it at one point, never trust the love interest. Well, Sam, guess you should have listened. Their excuse for doing this is toxic fandom, and they want to get another stab movie made. They're wanting to give the Hollywood people new material to make a movie on. And that's a pretty sick and twisted endeavor to go out on, a mission. I can applaud the writers and the filmmakers for doing this because it's something different. We've never seen that motive before. We've seen revenge. We've seen blame the movies. We've seen mommy didn't love me revenge. We've seen jealousy. We've seen it all, but we've never seen this sense of longing for film, if that's what you want to call it. Now, this third act fight between Sidney and Gale and Amber is pretty vicious. There's a lot of, they throw hand sanitizer on her and she ends up getting burnt on the oven after catching on fire. It's brutal. I like the little touch of Sidney letting Gale finish her off, getting revenge for Dewey in one final little act there. Now in the other room, you've got Sam and Richie fighting back and forth, and you got this moment where the knife gets knocked out, and you see in Billy's reflection, or his ghost reflection, whatever, is kind of nodding towards the knife on the floor, and that's when Sam finally gets the upper hand and takes out Richie with the knife. And then she does her own little Ghostface wiping the blood off the blade, and it's a nice little touch. And then you get the finish of the movie with Gale saying she's not going to write a book about this. She's going to write a book about a good man, a man who is a lot of things, but he is not a coward. And that's the movie. Now, where does that leave us going into Scream 6? We'll find out next week. But I've talked about a lot of the things that I liked in this movie. Now I'm going to say just a couple little negative things. I hate using the word negative, but things that I just didn't really care for. I didn't really care for the reveals of Richie and Amber. I thought Amber was pretty obvious. She's just weird and off the entire film. Richie is just, I don't know. It wasn't necessarily that he did anything to give himself away. It was just, I don't know. It's the boyfriend. You don't trust the love interest. It made it pretty easy to guess in that regard. And honestly, that's pretty much going to be the only negative that I have for this movie. I really enjoyed this movie. I haven't really decided where I'm going to put it on my rankings just yet, but it's probably going to be pretty high. And like I said, that leaves us just with one more film next week. I haven't decided if I'm going to talk about the TV series yet. If I do, it's probably just going to be the third season, being as that's the only one that really has the Ghostface mask as we know it. So I might do that. I haven't decided yet. And once that new film comes out next week, you're going to get the Scream ranking video. You're going to get the ranking of the Ghostfaces. And there's going to be a lot of stuff going along with that. But as always, let me know down in the comments what you think about this requel. Let me know if you hated it, if you love it, what things worked for you, what things didn't work for you. If you think I'm an idiot, let me know. But try to be nice about it. Anyway, I will see you next time on Wrestling with Horror.